The artifacts found in the tomb of Ka and Merit are some of the most beautiful and give a great insight into what life was like in the workmen's village of Deir el Medina. Let's talk about the people, the tomb, and look at some of the artifacts. Ka and Merit were a married couple living and working in the workmen's village of Deir el Medina during the mid-18th dynasty of the early New Kingdom. This village was planned by the pharaohs for the workmen who were building, designing, and painting the tombs in the nearby Valley of the Kings. Ka was a workman, architect, foreman, and it is assumed that he attained these positions through skill alone. His wife's name was Merit, who held the title of Lady of the House, which was a common title given to married women. We know that they probably had 3 children, 2 sons named Amenhotep and Nakht-ef-Naeb, and a daughter named Merit. We know from their tomb, which is in Deir el Medina, that Merit probably died unexpectedly in her 20s or 30s, but Ka didn't die until he was in his 60s. The tomb was found unlooted and full of tons of items that the couple would have used in their daily lives. It was excavated in 1906 by the archaeological mission headed by the director of the Egyptian Museum in Turin, which is why a good amount of these objects are in the museum still to this day. The items obviously include 2 large coffin and sarcophagi with the mummies of both individuals. They are in absolutely beautiful condition and covered in gold. This one was even found wrapped with different flower bands. Thank goodness both of the couple were left unwrapped, so they have been studied via CT scans recently. There were also multiple different furniture items, including chairs, stools, beds, and boxes full of funerary items. Some of the most beautiful and well-preserved items are the wig of Merit and the linen clothing, which has been remarkably preserved. Ka was obviously very good at his job because he received this royal cubit rod bearing the name of Amenhotep II, and it is covered entirely in gold leaf. This would have been a gift from the pharaoh essentially for doing a good job at making and designing tombs. A cubit rod is essentially a measuring tape for ancient Egyptian architects. Along with that, there were several different tools that would have been used by architects or those who are building tombs. Some of my favorite stuff from this tomb is the gobs and gobs of food that was left, like baskets of herbs and cumin, palm fruit, and loaves of bread. I'm especially in love with the loaves of bread that are shown here, including the tiny little trussed goat-shaped bread. I also love these torches that were still left with a little bit of charcoal inside of it, and the beds and the stools. You always need a board game for the afterlife, and some perfumes and cosmetics. Beautiful jars of ointment and oil, and literally so much more.